How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at this video from DreamcastGuy. Xbox is making a handheld console. Oh boy, a bunch of people in my stream right now, which we are streaming, want to check it out. So let's see what this is all about. And mate, he's already blowing kisses. This is wrong. But anyway, let's see what he has to say. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Right.
What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here, and today we're talking about Xbox because it just seems like this brand is completely dead. I mean,
I don't get it. How can you say it's completely dead and on the back of that PlayStation State of Play? Like, there isn't a single PlayStation fan out there that has actually come out and said that the State of Play was an amazing State of Play, except for him with his 6 out of 10. Everyone that has come out has given it either a 4 or a 3. And let's face it, since the curse of Tim going over to PlayStation, nothing has really gone their way. So what is...
Nobody is signing up for Game Pass. Microsoft isn't releasing games. And if you actually look at console sales...
How does he know no one is signing up to Game Pass? Does he work for Microsoft? I mean, they're not telling us numbers, so how does he know? Just curious.
I mean, the PlayStation 5 in some areas of the world is outselling the Xbox 5-1. So how can...
Mate, it's 16,000 units! Jesus Christ, it's only 16,000 units! You guys are making it sound like they sold 10 million as opposed to 100,000.
Can Xbox actually keep up? Like, how can this console ever become relevant again? Well, according to a new leak,
I don't hate Xbox, guys. I want it to do better, guys. That's what it was saying, right? I don't hate Xbox.
They're about to reveal a portable Xbox, a version of what sounds like essentially a Steam Deck. And something about this just seems so dumb, so late. But I want to talk about the leak because this just seems so bad.
Why?
I can't even fully believe it. Let's get in.
I mean, I can't believe you made this video, but anyway.
Hi, I hope you're having a great day. If you could, please give this video a like and subscribe if you have not.
Because apparently he needs to pay his bills, right?
Already. Now let me begin by saying that if this comes out and it is great, I will very much take the L. I guess my big...
He will never, ever, 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 ever take the L. He keeps saying it, and that's his get out of jail free card. There is no L. If this comes out and it's great, you are going to get absolutely slaughtered. There is no L to take. You're probably going to even protect your social accounts.
Adversarial instant knee gut reaction to this is that it is a mistake because Xbox just does not have enough games. Like, why are you making a handheld?
What? What? Doesn't have enough games? Are you for real? Are you for real? It doesn't have enough games? They've got over 10 games coming this year alone that are first party, and they have not enough games.
Before you even have like 10 games out, it just seems like a very weird decision to make. So Microsoft is reportedly preparing to tease an Xbox handheld console and shadow drop a first-party game during the Xbox Game Showcase. Now, this is true achievements, and a lot of the replies are Xbox fanboys, and they seem pretty mixed, like a handheld would be cool, or let's see what the approach to this is. A lot of people, though, are saying that this is just the wrong time for a handheld Xbox. Now, where is this information coming from?
It was one comment. Literally one comment, but it's a lot of people, folks. One comment is a lot of people. Didn't even back it up with a lot of comments. Like, at least show us the other comments that you're talking about, not just cherry pick the one comment that says it's bad. And I didn't even get to read what else it was actually saying there. It could have actually been positive, but he actually quickly went through.
So there is this leaker over on YouTube. He only speaks Spanish, but people have been translating his videos, and apparently his stuff is actually pretty legit. He's done a lot of Xbox leaks in the past. His name is Extras, spelled with a 1. Apparently his content is good, but I don't speak a lot of Spanish, so I can't exactly watch it for myself. But he said that apparently they're going to tease a portable Xbox specifically on Sunday during the Xbox Game Showcase. Now, this is wild because he doesn't say more than that. We don't know if this is going to be a streaming device like the PlayStation Portable, or if this is actually going to be something where you can install.
No, the PlayStation Portal is a remote play device. It is not a streaming device. It is different. You can't play PSN on there. You can't use it to play xCloud or, GeForce Now or anything else. It's literally a remote play device. Get it right.
All games and play it directly, but this isn't the biggest shock. Other leakers like Jez Corden and I think some other people have talked about the idea of this, along with Xbox boss Phil Spencer has repeatedly said publicly that he loves the idea of a handheld system, so that's cool. But the other part of this is the weird talk of a shadow drop. Now, some people seem to not know that term, but it's where you announce a game and then immediately release it. So it means that some game we don't know about is going to be shown and released simultaneously. So I'm probably going to play that if it's actually good. But to me, even that sounds like a negative.
Why is it a negative? I mean, the game is obviously Towerborn, right? It can't be anything else. It has to be Towerborn. But why is it a negative for them to drop a game at the event? I mean, back a few years back during, the great heights of E3 when they used to do it, everyone loved it, right? So why is it bad now? I guess it's just Xbox bad, right?
Time they did this was Hi-Fi Rush, which ended up being great, and then they immediately shut down the studio. So
fuck off! At least get the facts right. It was a year. And less realistic, I think it was 80% of people that played the game didn't get past the 3rd level, so clearly it wasn't liked by people on Xbox. It went over to PC and it had 5,000 or 3,000 concurrent users. Then it went to PlayStation and had 1,000 concurrent users. Clearly no one liked the game, and I'm sorry for those of you that actually really like Tango, but they didn't exactly release any major hits back to back. Ghostwire Tokyo was a massive flop. Evil Within had a cult following, but it didn't move the needle. And after the dude left for Evil Within, that lost its soul. Ghostwire Tokyo tried its best, wasn't reviewed greatly, wasn't received greatly, even as a PlayStation exclusive. And Hi-Fi Rush, no one wanted it. For all the awards it won through the media, the one time a game actually does well and no one on any platform actually wants to play it. And it was a year later.
I mean, at this point, when Xbox shadow drops stuff, it's because they themselves don't believe it. If you cared, you'd hype it up. You'd be paying for commercials and
Incorrect again. The reason why Hi-Fi Rush was actually shadow dropped, and this is actually a fact, by the way, is because they delayed the game so long for release because of the acquisition of ZeniMax that they eventually just decided that they just wanted to release it and then gave it out. The game was actually ready for release 6 months prior, but because of the acquisition of ZeniMax, they couldn't do it. So once the acquisition of ZeniMax went through and everything was finalized and all the paperwork was done, then came the Xbox Showcase and they decided to do it there and just dropped it because they felt like that was the game was delayed for so long, they just needed to get it out at this point to get it to people. It was an unfortunate circumstance of events that led to the way Hi-Fi Rush was actually released, but if you actually go and read the articles, it's very well documented that the game was ready 6 months or even further away in terms of duration, in terms of it being ready. So it was just unfortunate that at the time the acquisition was going through, so ZeniMax couldn't really drop any new games, and Microsoft wanted everything to be pretty much held off for the time being until the deal went through, everything was signed off, and then they could drop it.
Marketing and live action trailers and stuff like you did with Halo back in the day. Now, I wanted to actually do this because I have been looking at a bunch of tweets. There's a bunch of reactions to this, and a lot of people's initial call to this is that it just seems like Xbox is in such a low place where nobody is excited, nobody is interested. Like, Xbox used to be one of the biggest names in gaming, and even if they do this completely right, let's actually have a wish list. I found this, and I actually think this is completely right. If the Xbox handheld is actually high quality, if it has a good OLED screen, a good battery life, Xbox style controller that I'm not as tied to, I'll play with any controller. This is the biggest thing. Built-in Game Pass. Of course, that has to be a thing. Currently, if you want to use Xbox Game Pass on your Steam Deck, it is a real pain. Right now, it's possible to put emulators and Blizzard Launcher. You can put anything on a Steam Deck. It is technically a microcomputer. It's cool that it has its touchscreen and stuff. I love my Steam Deck more than anything, but the fact that it is so difficult to put stuff besides Steam games on this, it's one of those things where I hope that built-in, having a dedicated OS UI, so basically having a standard operating system and a special UI specifically to integrate Xbox stuff, that would be cool. This, though, under $700, that is an astronomical cost. Like, a standard Xbox is $500. This thing, I bought my Steam Deck on sale, I think for $500 already, and this is the slightly better version. So the idea of them charging $700 for a console, look, man, I like Chrono Trigger. I'm not paying $700 to play stuff on.
How much is the Steam Deck in the US? In the UK, it's £529 for the top, $569 for the top end model. So Microsoft would need to price it based around that. The cheapest one is $350 and the most expensive is $569. So if they want to compete with a Steam Deck, they'd have to price it around that price point. Now the OLED would be nice, but if you've actually seen the screen on the Asus ROG Ally, it's actually really, really damn good. It makes the LCD Steam Deck screen look pretty bad. And it's actually comparable to the OLED screen of the Steam Deck. The Asus ROG Ally screen is really freaking good for a non-OLED. A friend of mine was showing them to me side by side, and they're very, very close. They're very good. So it really depends on the screen, and I don't think an OLED is absolutely essential, though it would be nice. Battery life, no one can fix that problem right now, so that's being a bit stupid and pedantic. This would, I don't see why you need GOG support, but if it's going to be a Windows setup, you'll have anything. And more powerful than the Steam Deck, everything at this point is more powerful than the Steam Deck. So that's not too difficult.
On a Xbox handheld, got $700. Of course, it'll also possibly be able to dock and play stuff on your TV, but man, that is a big old cost. I hope the handheld is shown because I like handhelds and Xbox needs a win, but I really hope they're not repeating the mistake of shadow dropping something again. Yeah, shadow drops historically have not been a gigantic success for Xbox. Now,
only Xbox though, right? Only Xbox. But he doesn't hate Xbox.
I just feel like people are so anti-Xbox. Sometimes people say, like, Max, you make so many videos saying that Microsoft is falling apart and the Xbox brand is dead and you're a Sony pony. Why do you spend so much time on this? I think it's just that look at the views on my anti-Xbox videos. I think that is a testament to the fact that there is just such a baseline negativity around Xbox, even random accounts.
He literally just admitted it there, right, chat? He literally just admitted it there. That the negative Xbox videos get him more views, and so that's why he makes them. He literally just admitted it there. This was before Paris exposed him. He's literally just right now just said he's doing them for the clicks. Nothing else. My dude literally now said that he's doing it just for the clicks. It's right here. All I'm saying is, leave me out of your videos. You admitted to me in person that you don't believe the stuff you post, and you purposefully make negative Xbox videos to appeal to your PlayStation audience because it pays the bills. You literally just admitted it in this video. Literally just admitted it. Oh my god. I mean, do I need to say anything else? He just admitted it in the video.
No one cares. Xbox is trying everything to make themselves relevant without addressing the fact that they're closing studios and laying off hundreds of people. This all sucks. Okay, here is my...
Okay. I have a problem with this, right? No one cares. Xbox trying everything to make themselves relevant without addressing they laid off hundreds of people. I'm so over these showcases, all made for sucking corporate... You know what? I bet this Megan L didn't post a single thing about Insomniac having people laid off. The 900 people laid off at Sony, considering they're having their best ever financial year ever for PlayStation. Yet they closed studios, they've cancelled projects. Insomniac, which is pretty much their bread and butter studio, their best studio right now, had layoffs. Naughty Dog had layoffs. So we're talking the best studios after the most successful period. I mean, at least if you're going to talk about Xbox, they had a merger. Everyone is saying they're not selling anything, so they're having to, potentially get rid of people because of the books. What excuse does Sony have? So why isn't this Megan L making any comments about Sony? Ah, Xbox bad. That is literally the Xbox tax right there.
Sucks. Okay, here is my dealio. I feel like Xbox has gotten into a spot where they don't know how to make themselves as successful as Nintendo or PlayStation. Both the Switch and the PS5 are the biggest that Nintendo and Sony have ever been. They've done financial reports recently. They have made $110 billion already with the
$110 billion, and they still found the need to lay off 900 people and close 4 studios. I mean, am I the only one missing something here? Everyone is shitting on Xbox because they can't do anything and they're third place and they're not selling any games, they're not selling any hardware, they're not selling anything else. So laying off people probably is going to be something that is going to happen in those circumstances. If you want to look at it that way, being a $3 trillion cap company really makes no freaking difference. But a company that's making the best it's ever done, $110 billion, is still laying off people. Someone explain that mental gymnastics to me in the comment section below.
The PlayStation 5, they have made hundreds of billions of dollars, just so much money from the Nintendo Switch. The companies understand that you need to pile up games, you need to pile up hype, you need to build up goodwill, and then follow through on it. It baffles me that Xbox thinks that this is the correct move. Even if you love handhelds, even if you think this is a good move, why not announce this with more games? I hope
They're announcing it at a showcase, but they're revealing 30 games. How many more games do you want?
Xbox Showcase is a banger. I hope it actually shows a lot of stuff that is going to help shift the tide. There's rumors of a new Doom game. Show me some gameplay for the expansion of Starfield. Talk about the future of Xbox.
Why do you want to see Starfield? You said it's one of the worst games you ever played. Now it's turning around to be something that you're excited because there's rumors that it's going to PlayStation when it's not. Now you like it because there's a chance that it could, they're considering it's going to PlayStation when it's not going to PlayStation. Now you're okay with Starfield?
Because at this point, I don't even care about Game Pass. You're giving games away for dirt cheap. $10 a month for hundreds of games is a good deal, undoubtedly. But at this point, how can people even care about Game Pass if there is no future to it, if you're not actually investing in a cool future ecosystem? If you say at the end of this, hey, we're also making a handheld, and then you don't say anything else, I just don't care. Focus on the games. Sorry, I'm very
You've never cared about Xbox anyway. So if PlayStation announces a PS5 Pro, are you still not going to care? Because they've got no games this year in terms of first-party games. So are you still not going to care, or are you going to circle jerk and start jacking off to that news? I'm actually genuinely curious about that one.
Passionate about this because I am still annoyed. I think that PlayStation and Nintendo are doing so well. I have high hopes for the next Nintendo Switch. I have a little bit of hype for the PlayStation 5 Pro, but at this point, I just want Xbox to suck less. Good competition makes the industry better. All gamers all win when everybody is competing at their best. And honestly, Xbox has been completely drowning for years now. But what do you guys think? Tell me your thoughts in the...
Honestly, I think he's full of shit. He's got the PlayStation Portal. He's clearly not liking the idea that you'll be able to play a handheld Xbox. It's clearly not going to be the be-all and end-all replacement for a console. But for those people that want to be able to play a native Xbox on the go, it's the perfect device, right? It really depends on how they're going to deliver it. But how this is being twisted into a bad thing or a negative thing, even at a time like this, and for all you know, and for all we know, this could be the perfect companion to the next Xbox. Don't forget, the Vita, when it came out, was supposed to be a device that was supposed to work. It came out during the PS3 era, but it came out and it was originally designed for the PS4. And by the time the PS4 came around, they decided that they're going to scrap the PS Vita because Sony doesn't like supporting hardware. But this could easily be something that's now going to act as a segue to connect and get people away from, say, like a Xbox One console onto the handheld with a docking that's going to be more powerful than the Series S. And I think this is pretty much going to replace the Series S in general. So I think this is a good thing. I think there's a market for this, and if it's priced right, it needs to be aggressively priced, like I was saying earlier in the stream. It will work, but if they price it at $1,000, they're gonna get laughed out of they're gonna get laughed out of everything. But that's my thoughts on this. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that discussion, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace. Remain legend.